video is for educational and informational purpose only. Please consult your financial advisor before investing your money in stock market. Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about Jyoti Labs. Let's start. First we talk about business segments and brands. They are into fabric care, dishwash, personal care and home care. For fabric care, they have a major brands Henko, More Light Orange, Ujala Supreme and Mr. White detergent powder. For dishwash, they have Exo Safai, Prill and Exo Round Bar. Coming to home care, they have household insecticide name as Maxo, air care product, and surface cleaner. For personal care, they have a soap name Margot, deodorant Fa, and Neem toothpaste. Looking at a company overview, it has been founded in 1983 by first generation entrepreneur Mr. MP Ramchandran, and they are majorly into FMCG industry. Major segments are fabric care, household insecticide, personal care and dishwash, and six power brands Ujala, Henko, Maxo, Margo, Exo and Prel. They have clocked 1700 plus crore rupee revenue till FY 2020. They are number one fabric whitener since its launch. 26 manufacturing plants across 22 locations. Number two in mosquito repellent coil. Pan India availability in 2.8 million outlets. Number two in dishwash bar category and liquid category. If we talk about brand wise revenue, the major chunk is coming from Ujala and Exo. For Ujala, it is 22%, and for Exo, it's 25%. Next comes up Maxo, which is around 13%, and Henko and Margo nearly same as 10 to 11%. And last is the Pril with 8% of the revenue. Coming about the market share, since FY16 to FY19, for Ujala, they have gained around 5% of a market share. For FY19, quarter 4 FY19 and quarter 3 for 2020, they have gained 0.8% of a market share in Ujala detergent powder. If we talk about dishwash has shown a degrowth of minus 3.5% in year to year FY20. And if we talk about a brand specifically, then Prill Liquid has shown a 0.7% of a degrowth comparing to FY18, and for Exo Bar it has shown a growth of 0.1% compared with FY18. Coming to insecticide, they have shown a significant degrowth of minus 19%. However, for Maxo LV, it has gained around 0.5% of market share compared to FY18, and for Maxo Coil, it has been showing a degrowth of 0.1%. Coming to shareholding pattern, if you see, the major point needs to look over that 4% of their shareholder is the pledged, but the good part is that domestic holding, mutual fund holdings and foreign holdings are quite significant. That gives the confidence to retail investor to invest in such kind of a company. Looking at the key financial ratios, debt to equity, they have managed quite well. Since 2000 March 2017, it is around 0.30. ROA has been around 13% to 12%, but would like to get more ROA for such kind of a business. Asset turnover is around consistent, is around 130. Price to book value, it has been always trading above 7. Right now for FY20, it is currently trading at 3.5 something, and which is a quite at a low price compared to what it has been trading since March 2017. Inventory turnover ratio is quite consistent around 7 to 8%. Current and quick ratio, they have managed below 1 throughout their journey. Looking at the CAGR growth, sales growth for last 10 years, it has come around 17% of a CAGR. Profit growth is 18%. Stock price has not given that much of wealth generation, is around 6.5%. ROE has been average for such kind of industries around 13%. EPS has given a growth of 8% and dividend is 3%. For last 5 years, it is disappointing that the sales growth is grown only with 6.5%. Profit growth is 20%, which is quite good. They have managed to get their margins right. Stock price has showing a degrowth of minus 3%. ROE, they have been trying to improve with 15%. EPS, they have provided to for a CAGR of last 5 years, it's 21%. dividend is 0%. However, having a dividend 0%, that signifies that company is trying to get into a new segment and doing the reinvestment on their product lines. Looking at the COVID-19 impact, pre-20 March 2020, there was a complete economic slowdown and rural growth was weak. During the lockdown of a first phase, there was a serious disruption in operations, and all the factories and sales operations were halted and primary sales were stopped. However, from April 1 to till June 2020, they have been getting a sale from primary and secondary market, which was quite encouraging because they are majorly into the essential goods and in a household consumption. However, company has not stopped their activities even during the lockdown. They have done an innovation and they have launched a Marco hand sanitizer infused with neem extracts. Then they have redefined their go-to-market strategy. They have partnered with alternative distribution companies like Jumbotail and Udan, and also last-mile delivery partners like Zomato and Swiggy. To enhance direct delivery to retailers, company also launched another app which is Disti-Man directly for retailer and wholesalers. Now, company growth strategy, they are majorly leveraging their essential household brand and trying to get into 85% to 90% of their product portfolio. Their major focus is in the middle class and a rural market area. They have seen a consumer trends that they are more inclined toward a low unit package which costs rupees 5, 10 or maybe 250 grams. Focus on hygiene portfolio, which is dishwash detergent, soaps, and household insecticide, is a major growth strategy going forward. Distribution efficiency has been improved with the use of data analytics. Major two launches company has done recently. One is the Margo natural antibacterial hand wash, and another is Margo hand sanitizer with neem extract. It's a completely alcohol based sanitizer. If we coming to store stock forecast, revenue we can see can go up to 24% and have a risk of going down of -7%. In relation with EPS, if the revenue goes down, the EPS can go down by 13%, and if revenue get increased, then it can go up to 22%. For the price, currently what it is trading at, we see a very low risk and can give you a maximum of profit of 50% for FY21 and can have a low risk of around 3 to 4%. Coming to conclusion, currently it is trading at 123 rupees 0.545 paisa. Price to book value is 3.57. Current price to per earning is 25 and current industry PE is 28. Generally for these kind of companies, the PE is quite high, around 40 to 50 in a normal market scenarios. Getting with the normal market scenarios, if we give them a 35 price to earning value, the fair value comes around 196 rupees. According to Benjamin Graham strategy, if we expect a 12% growth, the fair value comes around rupees 187. However, Jyoti Labs currently trading very much high from its intrinsic value. Hence, considering the 15% book value growth, the fair value comes around 113 rupees according to Warren Buffett strategy. Thank you friends. If you find this video useful, please like and subscribe to channel for more updates. Thank you.